Good morning. It's Leanne Peters here. Actually, I'll put my light on, which I forgot. I'll put my light on here and then we will get started. So, welcome. I'm Leanne Peters, and this is our Patreon personal healing event for October 2025. So, welcome. I have 4 people on my list today. Jackie, you're one of them. Good morning, Jackie. So I've got 4 people here in little pieces of paper here in my little froggy pot, and I'll be plucking your names out of there very soon. So I'm very much looking forward to connecting. Oh, there's a bit of a sharp piece of clay there I've not noticed before. Um, so I trust this video finds you well. I am connecting personally with 4 of my patrons today. If you're not one of them, I do trust that you've been led here for a reason. So I will suggest that you be open to receiving what you need, because I'm sure it's no accident that you happen to be here. So I hear time and time again for many, many, many years that people who just happen to listen to these types of things hear something that they need to hear. So I do trust you've been led here for a reason. This is why I do this particular healing event publicly, just in case something might resonate with you. And if you're waiting for your turn, if you're one of my 4 people, then I also recommend that you open yourself to receive what you need. So when I'm opening myself up to receive what I need in things like this, I'm listening for the words that stand out for me. Also the things that trigger me, so the things I have an instant reaction to, that's a trigger. So something I'm reacting to as in, no, I'm not like that, or no, I don't believe that. If I have a reaction that's instant, that's a trigger, something's triggered. And it would only be triggered if there was something a bit deeper underneath. So I'm listening for the things that trigger me and feeling for the things that trigger me. But I'm listening to the words, I'm feeling in my body, I'm feeling in my heart, the energies that are around as I'm listening and open to receiving. So I trust you've been led here for a reason. And I recommend that you trust that you've been led here for a reason too. So what that reason is will reveal itself, hopefully as we go or later. So I'll be connecting with my 4 people. We have around 10 minutes to connect with each person. What I'm going to be doing is working in conjunction with my healing energy cards. So I've got 2 decks combined because I love to do that. We have healing energy cards deck 1, the original deck, and then my latest deck is healing energy cards deck 2. So they have been made to be combined if we want to combine them. So I've got 110 cards here. I'll be picking a card at the beginning of each connection and also at the end of each connection. So these are like the bookends for the time of connection in between. So when I'm connecting with a person, I am tuning in, if you like. So as I tune in, I become sensitive to that person's energy. So how do I do that? For me, I know how it feels to be me. I know how it feels to be in my body, in my space, and how I'm feeling. So when I'm tuning into someone, I start feeling things that I don't typically feel as me. So I'm sensitive to those things, and then I need to do my best to interpret that energy. So I interpret it through feeling. What does it feel like, and how can I describe that feeling? And then as I'm talking through it, I get a feeling or something moves. And when the energy moves, I know that I'm sort of must be reasonably accurate with what I'm talking about because the energy moves. If things stay stuck or I can't quite get the energy moving, then I need to look at it or feel on it from another angle so I can get some new words in and some new energy in, and then hopefully get the energy moving. So I'm always looking at what am I picking up and how can I get the energy to move? What's stuck here? What's blocked here potentially? And how can I explain or interpret the energy as best as I can to get it moving, to keep it moving? So I trust in the unfolding while I sit here and connect. I haven't prepared. All I've done is just do my usual stuff that I do. in my life to be here. So I don't pre-prepare except for get all my stuff together. I just trust in the moment and I trust in the unfolding of the moment. That's how I work. So I'm going to get started. The first person on my list today is Jackie. Jackie's here right now. So welcome, Jackie, and everybody. Thanks for connecting today. And I am tuning straight into Jackie. So Jackie, please take a nice big breath. And anyone else who's open to receiving, please take a nice big breath. So the best card that we need to start this connection for you, Jackie, is this. It's from Healing Energy Cards Deck 2. And it is here. The Turning Point, card 76. That's the year I was born. So I like this card. I really like the cards that align with my birthday for some reason. So the Turning Point, it's in the Rise category. And it says, a new direction. The time has come. Out of your comfort zone, turn things around, make changes, contemplate your current direction, and cross roads. So this is the turning point. This is the moment, the pivotal moment where something's shifting, something's turning, something's changing is the feeling here that I get from this card. So Jackie, take a nice big breath and I'm going to tune in and see what's loudest in your energy. Okay, so the first thing I'm feeling is a push at the back of your heart and a pull at the front of your heart. So it's a bit like running with the wind or driving with the wind, and you've got the wind kind of helping bring more speed perhaps or more movement. If we're driving with the wind rather than with a headwind. So with a tailwind, we have that wind kind of pushing behind while we're also moving in that direction. So we get there quicker, we're more efficient with our fuel, all that kind of stuff. So this is what I'm feeling here, but it's more in your body and it's directly connected with your heart. So it feels like a big hand, like a big male hand on the back of your heart that's giving you a push. But it's not like a jerky push. It's not sudden. It's not someone trying to force you to do something. It just feels like a guiding hand, like a wind behind you. So it's a strong masculine hand, and the masculine energy here feels like a strength, a support, a protection that is helping usher you forward. It's helping push you in some ways, but pushing like the wind is behind you. So you've got this beautiful, big, strong hand on the back of your heart, a masculine, strong, strength, protective energy that's helping push you forward. And now the front of that's at the back of your heart, and actually there's energy too moving up from the back of your heart up towards the back of your neck, but it's probably not quite that high. Maybe it's more to just below your neck at the back and sort of at the top part of your shoulders. So the energy seems like it's pushing up into there as well. So there's energy moving up into here. So there's a slight up. It seems like it's going like across on the horizontal, but there is a slight up push too to this energy. So we've got that coming in from behind. And I do want to actually just go into this energy here at the back of your heart, the area just above the hand, but not quite as high as the back of the neck. There's something happening here. It feels hot. It feels itchy. It feels, what does it feel like? It feels a little tender as well. It feels a little hard in here. Hard, but tender as far as the feel. It feels tender, but it feels hard at the same time. So there's something happening here that's leading up from the hand, up towards the neck, but not quite up to the neck. So we're going to call this the shoulders, the back of the shoulders. So the shoulders tends to be where we carry burdens and pressure and things like this that we put on ourselves or that are put onto us from others or even society or life itself. So there does feel to be something that's heavy here, something that's heavy perhaps on the back of your heart or at the back of your mind as you're moving forward. So the moving forward feeling is strong, and I'm going to get back into that in a minute. But I feel like there's just something here hovering. There's something on the tip of your tongue, or there's something just back under the surface, something that's perhaps not even clearly known yet, but some hesitation or some questioning, some fear, something like that, that I feel like it's just kind of slightly holding you back here. So it feels heavy here. It feels, and as I talk about it, it feels like it's getting heavier. It's in a very interesting part of the body that I don't typically connect with that frequently. That's sort of like an area about this big, sort of above the heart, but below the neck, but right here in the middle, like it's really central. So it's right there in the middle. And I feel this cool energy coming down now. It's like a cool, a bit sort of watery energy, a bit like a wash of watery, cool. It's like a really light blue, icy blue. This cool energy just comes down from above, and it just comes down over the back of your head. So from your crown down the back of your head, behind your ears, behind your neck, and down onto this area where it sort of splashes down and just cools this area down. So it does have a lot of heat to it. So there might be a bit of like a hot energy or a hot emotion, a fiery energy that's connected here too. Could be connected with something like an anger or an irritation or an annoyance, a frustration that may be also connected here. So I feel this cool energy is coming in and sort of cooling this area down. And it feels like the cool energy is also bringing a sense of reassurance, a reassurance to you that it's actually going to be okay, that you have this support from behind, you have this support from the front, which I'll talk more about in a minute, but you have this great support, like this tailwind that is really taking you forward in this, whatever this direction is that you're going. So this cool energy now just helps sort of calm down or soothe this part of your body. And I feel like it sort of moves in a little bit, like it moves into this little zone, this little sort of hot spot, this hot spot on the back of your shoulders at the top part there. And it comes in and it cools it down. And now I'm seeing a sword like this, and this is the sword of forgiveness. So I feel like there's something or someone, maybe even yourself, that maybe forgiveness or some form of acceptance, some form of, it could even be a conflict resolution that may also be connected here for me to see that symbol. So just letting that disperse and calm down and soothe. I really like that word, soothe. It's like soothing an area that's really hot. So now that area's been taken care of, I can turn my attention back to this strong force that's moving you forward on your path. So I feel like I want to turn a little bit because this energy is very much on the horizontal. So it's very much about your direction, where you're going, your path, your future. So it's very much about the steps that you're taking or wherever it is that you're going in your life, Jackie. So I've talked about this hand. It's like a wind, a tailwind. It's pushing you forward, not with force, but with support and with strength. Now, the other energy that's at play here is a pull from your heart. So this is a pull forward from your heart. Now, how would I explain this? It's a bit like you've got perhaps a goal or a target or somewhere you're going, somewhere in mind. It could be a date, it could be a thing, it could be a place, but it feels like there's something in the future that is reasonably fixed. And from that fixed position, it's almost like you've cast yourself a line to yourself now. And there's like a winch at that other end, wherever this target is, whatever you've got your sight set on. There's like a winch there, and the winch is actually pulling you forward, and it's pulling you forward from the heart. So that's the feeling I have, like something in the future, something out there is pulling you at your heart. It's pulling you forward. And with that hand behind you, with this tailwind, you've got this really great momentum of movement forward. So this is a great time to plan your future, to get things happening in regards to wherever it is that you're going, to embrace this turning point if you're at this turning point in your life. And it feels like it could be quite a productive time where you don't really have to consume a lot of energy or resources to get things done. You know, sometimes if we're in good flow with that, things seem to fall into place easier. There's that falling into place feeling with this because you've got this great support in movement forward. So you're being enticed forward. You're being enticed forward. Now I can see where it is that where it is that you're locked into, whatever your target is up here. It feels like, now I don't know feet, so it feels like about 3 meters or so ahead. So it feels like it's just out of reach. It's not quite here yet, but it's sort of, there's a taste for it somehow. So it feels like maybe it's a month or so away, maybe 3 or 4 months at the most, but it feels like it's sort of just there. It's not that far ahead. If it was in your reach, it's probably only a few days or a week or a week or so at the most away. So it feels like it's just over there, maybe a couple of months at the most away. So we're looking really into 2026, this enticement forward. And it's something close to your heart. Usually when I'm feeling movement forward like this, it's very much coming in the hip area. So the hips are very much too about movement, but because it's very much being pulled and supported and pushed on from the heart, tells me that there's something very personal that's connected here, a move of some sort or some really important change or some important decision or shift or new chapter or new phase that you're potentially opening in your life. And it's something that is personal. So it feels quite personal and quite deeply touching your heart. So I feel like you're definitely ready for this because the flow and the momentum is strong. I'd say just keep letting go of any sort of underlying irritations or frustrations or fiery energy, also burdens that you're feeling responsible for, like especially connecting with other people who you may be close to, that you might feel bad about making this change or guilty about making this change, that sort of thing. So keep letting that go. Now, as I'm talking about this again, this energy is getting my attention again here, just above your heart, this little hot zone. So it's a little hot zone again, and it's starting to get hot again. So there's definitely some energy that wants to come out of here. So what I feel like I want to do is I'm imagining scooping this energy out at the top of your heart, scooping it out, like scooping it away, because it does feel like it's protruding a bit. It's hot and protruding or bulging just a little bit. So I just want to bring my hands in and just scoop this energy away, like scooping out some ice cream from a tub. So scooping that out and just allowing that hot energy that's been moving to the surface to just return back to the earth and return back to love. So it feels in some ways like we just scraped a bit of that bulging sort of energy out of that back area, and now just wiping it clean like this, I feel, but with that cool energy that's still coming down from before. And I feel like it's going to continue to come down once we've finished here. So that's that, Jackie. I trust that makes sense and resonates with you. Let's grab a card to finish this up for you. And that card is, well, it's this. It's from the first deck, and it is Spiral of Grace, card 24. We haven't seen this for a while. I love it. This is about lifting up out of your karma, up out of your hurt and pain of your wounds, your fear of separation, any types of fear or underlying things that you've been dealing with. It's like lifting up out of in circles. It's like a repeating pattern. We have a notch in the wheel and we think we've resolved it. It comes around and there's that notch again. And then we've got the pattern. So a pattern is something that repeats itself. It's a bit like a karmic wheel, we could say. This card is about moving up out of that now and into the spiral of grace. So the spiral is a path that is spiraling. It's not a pattern, a circle that's repeating itself over and over again. So the spiral, lifting up out of the wound of your past and out of the patterns of your past, lifting up out of there onto the spiral of grace, again talking about your life's path or the direction you're going, that horizontal axis, your movement forward, but movement forward on the spiral of grace. So lifting up out of your wounds, the wounds that you've spent a lot of time, many years clearing. And it's like that clearing is showing that, what am I trying to say? I want to say something like it's showing that it's worked. It's showing that you clearing all this stuff, the clearing your wounds that held you in the patterns, clearing that has actually lifted you up above that wound now, or those wounds, up above the karma of things where things repeat themselves. So up into the spiral of grace, lifting out of those patterns, transforming fear into love. So your path is spiral path, all ever expanding and uplifting. And we've got a bit of a spirally pattern here in the turning point. So thanks very much, Jackie. I trust this resonates with you. Thank you for your support. Namaste. Okay, let's see who's next. Next person is, who is it? It is Susan Sonsteng. Susan, take a nice big breath. The first thing I'm feeling as soon as I connect with you is very heavy energy moving right down low in your belly. So, oh gosh, my stomach's doing funny things. And so right down very low in your sacral chakra is the area that's getting my attention first, and it feels pretty heavy in there, like there's sandbags or something quite heavy. But let's just grab a card and then I will see what else comes up, or if we need to explore that further. We've got healing energy cards 1. Thanks, Jackie. We've got heart healing card 29. So Jackie, you might even find something helpful in this, seeing as though there's so much heart energy in yours. And Susan, you might find some support in Jackie's. I love this. It says, wrap yourself in love. Heal your heart. Let your walls down. Let your walls come down. It is safe for you to open your heart. To know your heart is to know yourself and softness. So there's very much a heart opening here, especially at the front with this particular card. Heart opening, but also heart healing. And it does feel like love is coming in and wrapping itself over you, Susan. Like a beautiful loving blanket. It's coming in over you, over your shoulders. It feels like a really soft, pink, fluffy kind of blanket. And it comes in over the back of your head, so the lower part of your head here, around your ears, over your shoulders, and over your body, wrapping you in love and softness and healing. So let's move down to your belly. There is sharp, heavy energy happening here. Right down in your sacral chakra. So this is just below your navel. This is your center for emotional, sexual, and creative energies. And it feels heavy here. It feels like heavy sandbags in your belly. It feels like sharp rocks mixed in with that sand. So it's like sharp rocks, heavy sand, damp, heavy sand. So the dampness shows that there's emotional energy that's been stored down here. And the sharpness, it feels like the rocks are really sharp. So there's sharp energy that's coming in from time to time deep down here in the belly. So there's something very sharp and brutal, something that sort of cuts through is the feeling here, deep down in your belly. So now I'm getting a sickly feeling here. So there's a nauseousness that I'm feeling. This is a good sign usually because it shows that the energy is wanting to come up and out. It wants to be released. So that's good because that's what I was going to do anyway. But it shows me that the energy is ready when I'm feeling that nauseous energy. Not that I'm going to be sick, but I do feel nauseous with this energy. It's very sharp and heavy and very like it's water loaded. It's just soaked and watery. So there's a lot of emotion. It feels like old emotion. It feels like it's also having a toll on your lower back. So your lower back energy is also getting my attention. Now your lower back is in the same zone as your sacral chakra. So you've got the front and you've got the back. So the front is your belly area I'm talking about, and your lower back is the back part of that. So it shows me that there is a link here to your past, that there is some emotional energy that you're bottling up potentially that is connected with your past, and it's getting my attention there. But the strongest and loudest energy is here at the front, because it just feels heavy. It feels like literally you've got sandbags with sharp rocks in them here in your belly, that's almost dropping down to your mid thighs. It's so heavy here. And so it's very much present in the front. It's more present in the front than it is in the back, even though the back is getting my attention. So there is a link here to your past, and it could be all fed from your past, but it's very proactive in the present. So it shows me that there's something happening now, either something that's been on your mind, something that's been happening lately that is triggering this in the present. So again, I'm feeling that nauseous energy, and I'm just reminding the energy that we are going to do some releasing of this. Absolutely. There's no way I'm going to be letting this sit here because it's very uncomfortable. So I'm very well aware that I'm going to be releasing, and this sharp energy that's coming back in here now. It's very sharp, and it feels like it almost wants to cut at you. There's a cut energy feeling here. It could be an attack or something like that you're feeling perhaps from others. Maybe you're what would you say? Maybe you're attacking yourself, but there's definitely this sharp energy. It feels like an attack. And now that that sharpness has subsided slightly, this is a good time now to clear this energy. So I feel like I want to cut open the lower part of your belly, like basically I know where I had a cesarean, so right down there, just the top of the pubic area. I feel like I want to sort of imagine cutting that open and just letting all this stuff come out. So that's what I do. Just imagine cutting this open, letting all this stuff just spew out from your belly at the bottom here. So we've got lots of clumps of wet sand. In amongst that are some shells. So it feels almost like fossils or shells from the past, some really old energy. There's very, very sharp rocks here as well. They just drop down to the ground and sort of cut in. It's a big mix of stuff here, but it easily just drops out because it's dropping down anyway. So just allowing it to drop out and sort of spew out from your belly down onto the ground, where it soaks into the earth now and just returns back to love. So just allowing yourself to let this go, Susan, to let this stuff go that you've been bottling up and holding on to, the stuff you haven't been able to say, you haven't been able to describe or express, letting that go. I feel that there's energy too that's come out of or moved out of your lower back. So it's like your lower back from the inside, it's like whatever that pressure was, the inside of that's created the pressure has moved out. So this feels more open, and there's space in here now. And in fact, I like that word because it does feel like there's space in here now, even though it feels like a big storm has just passed. So everything's very wet and kind of fresh in some ways, but the storm itself not so pleasant to journey through. So the storm has passed. Things are sort of refreshed in some ways, but also a little bit, I don't know if stunned's the right word, or numb. It's not quite either of those words, but things are just sort of are a void now. It's like void, space, clearing, freshly mowed grass after being a jungle. They're that sort of feeling here. So something peaceful's coming in, something like a pause button or a stop button, that sort of thing. So there's an emptiness too, a bit of an empty feeling here in the belly. So just imagining now sealing up where this energetic cut was made in your belly, sealing that up now and allowing things to calm in your belly. Now there's a hunger that's coming in, a hunger here in your solar plexus chakra. So this is just above your navel, and there's a hunger now for strength, a hunger now for courage, for confidence, for clarity. So there's a hunger that's now replacing the heaviness and the sharpness of that energy before, and the burden that was to carry. So now that's been released, it's been replaced with hunger. Like literally, I feel hungry right this second. So hunger's coming in. What are you thirsty for? What are you hungry for? And how can you fulfill that hunger? How can you fulfill that desire? Is the feeling here. So there's something that wants to come in, something to feed you that wants to come into your life, Susan. So what can you feed yourself with that's more nourishing, especially than keeping all that energy bottled up inside? So I trust this resonates. Thank you so much, Susan, for allowing me to connect with you today. You might find this energy keeps continuing to shift out and come in and settle for you over the next couple of days. So the best card to add here as we finish up is this from Healing Energy Cards 2. I love this card. I'm saying that to all of them, but I do. I love them all. I really love this card. It's card 98, Dragon's Breath. It's in the rest category. So the rest category brings an energy that you're sort of settling back into. It's like a restful, more healing, recovering, quieter, maybe a bit antisocial. But there's this energy, a quiet energy that that wants you to sit back in it. Dragon's breath. It says the power of your breath. Now, this is really interesting because I'm feeling towards the end here of this connection for you, Susan, is this hunger in your solar plexus. And when I'm doing solar plexus work, I often come back to working with the power of our breath. So working and breathing in really powerful breath, but right into the diaphragm here in the solar plexus chakra. So to help feed that hunger that you're probably feeling, or that I'm feeling on your behalf, is perhaps to, first of all, work with the power of your breath to restore your power, to restore clarity, restore your confidence, your courage, your strength. So the power of your breath. Speak up, let it out. So especially if there's something you need to say, see it through. Don't underestimate yourself. Breathe out and release so it doesn't bottle up. Avoid bottling up. And courage. This fits in super with what I was connecting with and feeling in your energy. So I trust that resonates, Susan. And if you have this deck, you may want to grab this card from the deck and keep it close by for a couple of days if you wish. Thank you so much, Susan. Thanks for your support, and I trust this resonates with you. Okay, let's see who's next. I've got 2 more people on the list today. If you would like to be on the list, I do this every month at the end of each month. So if you'd like to be included, please have a look at my Patreon link below, and at the $50 level or higher, you get access to this resource and others as well. Oh, off you get. Good girl. Okay, Nicki Mohler, you're next. Nicki, please take a nice big breath and let's see what comes up for you. Okay, the first thing I'm picking up for you is an energy that's trying to push you off side, from the side. It's trying to push you perhaps off. Feels like it's trying to push you over. Okay, hold on. Let's just get these cards calming down a bit. Okay, so the best card to start your connection, Nicki, is this Healing Energy Cards Deck 2. And we have Being Resistless. Being resistless, the opposite of resistance. It's card 83. It's in the action category, which is movement forward. It says here, release your resistance to change, for example. Release resistance, fear, and anxiety, and go for it. It is safe for you to proceed. Trust in the unfolding. Be surprised. Don't hesitate, and summon your courage. So this is about your path forward and trusting in that movement forward, but letting go of your fear and resistance that is perhaps paralyzing you or stopping you from moving forward at the pace or in the way that you'd prefer, that you'd like to move. So I'm feeling this energy. It's trying to push you off. I don't know if it's trying to push you off. Is it trying to push you off your path? It feels like it's trying to push you over. It feels like there's a force that's coming here on the right side, like a wind, like a really strong wind or a really strong rain or a storm, and it's trying to push you off, push you over, push you off track, because that would be the only thing. If it went with you like Jackie's did, then it can help support you on your path. That would be good. But I feel like this force is trying to knock you over somehow. So I feel like there's an external energy, something that's outside of you that is trying to push you over and push you off your path somehow. It feels like perhaps a manipulative or a negative force that's trying to push you. So the first thing we need to do is push this energy back and bring you upright. So what I feel like I'm doing is like creating a shield here, push like a wind barrier or a shield, pushing that away to help bring you back upright again. So holding this back. And then what do we need to do? Because we need to keep this energy off you. Like a shield, like a windbreak, it feels like a windbreak here. So creating this windbreak, it feels silvery, so very metallic. So it feels like it's also reflecting like a mirror. Not that we're trying to wish any ill against anybody at all, but I feel like this is just part of helping reflect this energy back and out and away from you. So I feel like it's about arm's length away, this sort of shield, but it's more than a shield, because it feels like it goes from floor to perhaps ceiling, and it's like a metallic shield, but it's like a wall or a part of a wall or something. So it's very metallic, it's very reflective, reflecting that energy back. You don't need it knocking you off balance or knocking you out or trying to knock you over. So this is helping you now get back upright. You may have felt lately, Nicki, that you're out of balance, because it feels like you've probably been trying to keep upright and keep balance, but there's been this force, this external force trying to knock you over. So bring you back up to center should help you be able to find and maintain your balance a bit better, perhaps than before. And as you walk forward, this protective shield will also move with you. So it moves with you as you move forward. And it may also, if you have been feeling resistance and fear and anxiety about your future lately more than usual, then it could be this energy too, in effect, trying to get you to stop or trying to get you off your feet, basically. So getting you back upright. Now, this is really important. I feel like roots coming down from your knees. So both of your knees and roots kind of coming down that lower part of your legs, out your feet and down into the earth to help give you a deeper sense of grounding and feeling rooted to the earth, connected into your body, grounded itself. So that energy is coming in just to help keep you upright. Also feel with your upper body. So there's a connection cord that comes out of your crown that goes up through the universe, up to your soul or your highest self. And I feel like that's strengthening as well. It's like a ribbon, but a really strong ribbon, a ribbon of energy that's coming out of your crown that's connecting you up there. And it feels like it's tightened up to help keep you upright, whereas it felt like it loosened. It stretched or something and loosened as you were sort of trying to stay upright. So this is tightening now and helping keep you upright on the upper part of your body. The roots are helping keep you grounded in the lower part of your body. And then these two energies meet. So they meet here at your waist. So they're meeting at your solar plexus chakra. You've got the roots meeting here with this ribbon. Now the ribbon feels like pink. It's like a pink ribbon to me, and it's quite wide. So it's probably an inch or two wide. And it's very strong, so it's quite rigid, especially now it's not stretched anymore. So that connects in here with the roots that they meet here at your solar plexus. So this is your power center here, just above your navel, and this is helping you overcome that fear, helping you feel resistless, helping you find the courage that you need to move forward. without feeling this strange energy that's trying to knock you off your feet. So here you are now, realigned. So there's a realignment, an alignment feeling, balanced, grounded and connected feeling here. This energy you're protected from, it's like this windbreak here to your right. And in fact, we're going to just extend this all the way around and above and below, like you're now surrounded in this metallic a metallic eggshell, to help keep this space in here, this space inside, nice and balanced and aligned for you, and nice and clear and strong. And any untoward energy that's trying to knock you off your feet or knock you off your path, that can stay outside. We don't welcome it into this space. That protective shield will keep it out. So I feel like that's really important as well. So holding that energy now for you. And then as you build your strength and you feel that alignment and that balance, then I feel that you feel ready to walk forward. So lately, Nicki, you may have felt a bit unmotivated to move, unmotivated to make a lot of progress in your life. I would not be surprised, because you've been fighting sort of energetically other things. So with that now sort of out and this realignment that's taking place, I feel like you're gathering your strength again to be able to move forward. So I wouldn't be surprised if you've been feeling a bit off lately. So that's what I'm feeling. I trust that makes sense for you, Nicki. Okay, let's grab a card to add here. And the best card to do that is this, Healing Energy Cards 2. And it is Radiance, card 85. It's in neutral. So this is center. Center is alignment. Center is when we're connected. Center is when we're grounded, when we're balanced. It's like an alignment. That is center. So it's the same thing as being aligned. So it is center. Now it says here, glow from within. So this is very much this energy inside that protective eggshell now. Glow from within, shine your light. So shine from inside. Be at peace with yourself. Be at peace with others. So this is a radiance that glows from inside, rather than a force that, it could even be a force that an external force that you've been trying to compromise with or find peace with or adjust to. But maybe there are like negative intentions behind that energy. So I think this card's confirming that it's important that you hold strong in your space, centered and aligned and balanced and connected as best as you can be. And then if you want to find a compromise or whatever with these other energies, these other people perhaps, maybe that's a better place. You can find that in a better way when you're already centered and aligned. So anyway, we'll see how you go with that. Thanks so much, Nicki. Thanks for your support, and thanks for allowing me to connect with you today. Namaste. I love this time so much. I mean, it happens only once a month, but it feels like it's once a week to me because it comes around so fast. But I just really love this time of just tuning in, just connecting. And I really trust that what I'm sharing with you is supportive and helpful. So the last person on the list today can only be Jane. It's Jane Corlett. Jane, please take a nice big breath and let's see what comes up for you. Okay, so the best card to start this connection is this. Oh, we'll go with this one. Healing Energy Cards 1. We have Reconnection card 20. It's in the Rise category here. And it says, release the separation issues that have you feeling disconnected, alone, or at conflict with yourself or others. Crown chakra opening. Look beyond what you see. Look beyond what you see. So I'm feeling an energy that's coming in. So it feels like it's coming in from both sides, but slightly at the front. It's coming in like this. So I guess it feels like two waves coming in, two waves of energy coming in from the front, and they're coming in to you. So they're coming into the front of your body here, to the front part of your head, so above your forehead, and down the front of your body, into your heart, down your torso, and then moving away approximately at your knees. So it's energy that's moving in waves. So two big circular kind of waves of energy that are coming in. Now these energies do feel a bit like waves, so they feel watery, it feels cool, feels refreshing as well, quite white and foamy, but also a tinge of blue. So it feels quite cool on the color spectrum, but cool also energetically and cool temperature wise. So it feels like cool energy that's coming in. Now it's coming in interesting, equally on both sides, which is really nice. So it's coming in a balanced way to help cool you down, calm you down, and settle things, it feels, in the front of your body especially. So what is this? What's going on here? So it feels like it's helping balance the fire, in you, the fire that's, oh, the word I wanted to say was raging, but I thought, jeepers, that's a bit extreme. So it doesn't really feel like it's raging, but I stopped because I wanted to say raging, but I'm going to replace that with burning. But raging, just for some reason, it sort of intrigued me there. This fire that's burning or slightly raging up your front, up your torso here. And I've got my hand down here. So it's from your sacral chakra up, all the way up to your third eye, not your crown. So all those chakras, it's all those five. The sacral, the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, the third eye, burning with fire here, it feels. So it's flames coming up. It's like flames in a fire. So not like a bushfire, but like if something was burning and you had, say, 2 or 3 or something like that, big flames coming up. They're like flames. So very red down at your sacral chakra, moving up to very yellow here at your third eye, and then sort of orangey through your heart. So the color is changing. So there's this sort of burning flames that are burning up through here. What are they doing? They're burning, it feels like it's burning stuff away. So it's burning stuff away. I feel like this is perhaps part of a healing that you've been doing, or improvement that you've been making with yourself. It feels like something like that, because it feels like healing flames. So healing flames that you must have already been actively shifting or moving energy or changing something within you. So it's very much the front of your body and all those 5 chakras. But this energy, so the waves are coming in to help temper and balance and cool down this fire. Is it trying to put the fire out? I don't feel it's trying to put the fire out, but I feel like it's trying to contain the fire. And that may be where the raging energy comes in. It feels like perhaps the fire has been let out of its containment somehow. And so with the flames burning up your body, it kind of feels like I want to contain it down at your sacral chakra. So these waves are helping contain or put out the extra flames to help contain it down where it needs to be, instead of having it raging in other places or burning. Raging, is a bit of an extreme word, but it just feels like perhaps it's out of control. That might be where the raging comes from. So with this energy, it's helping just put out the fire, we could say, within you, and helping contain it down here at your sacral chakra. Now, the sacral chakra is not typically where we'd find flames and that fiery energy. It's usually more of a solar plexus thing. But your sacral chakra feels like that's where we want to contain your fire. So your fire, your drive, your desire for things, your passion, I feel like it needs to be contained down here, which is very interesting. So this is your center for emotional, sexual, creative energies. I kind of feel like there's a bit of a creative surge. Perhaps that might be why the fire sort of wants to, why it perhaps left the containment of your sacral chakra. But it feels like there's a creative uprush or a creative surge, a creative fire that's present in you at the moment. So just helping contain that so that the other energy centers can do their thing without being contaminated, we could say, or influenced, um, overly influenced by this fire here. So it's like, when we feel love, when we feel passion for something, sometimes we can become obsessed about it, and it's like it takes us over. So there's that sort of feeling. So containing that. So down here we've got this fire, just this contained fire here in your belly that must be connected with the creative uprush, a creative surge. So leaving that there now. The waves of energy that I felt before, they have backed off, and there's no fire that extends out from your sacral chakra beyond that. So now I'm seeing a rod that comes up from your sacral chakra where the fire is contained, your inner fire, your light, your desire, your passion for things, or whatever interests you at the moment. There is a rod that's coming up from here. So it feels like a copper rod. It's got, it's hollow. It's a hollow copper rod, and it's coming up from your sacral chakra all the way up to your third eye. So in that same area where the flames were, is a copper rod is emerging. This is to help channel this energy, this creative, this raw creative uprush, this fiery creative energy, to help channel this in ways that where you can utilize the benefits of all these energy centers and all the aspects of yourself and the resources you have available to be able to utilize and use this energy now functionally in your life. How can you bring that creative uprush, that creative fire that you feel inside, how can you translate that into your life? How can you bring it into what you're doing and what you're creating in your life itself? So that's where this copper pipe, it feels like a conduit in some ways to help bring that fire in a more healthy way throughout your body. I'm feeling energy really shifting here in the throat as I'm talking about this. So there's probably a connection here with expression or communication, something you need to say, but also a realization of the truth of who you are, because I feel like there's something that's shifted in you, Jane, in the last couple of months, is the feeling that I have. Something shifted, like a shift in view as in the way you look at something, your perspective, a shift in something has shifted and changed. And with this power source down here, this creative fire, and figuring out, it's a challenge in some ways, but a creative challenge, how to channel this energy through. So let's just briefly go through those centers. So how can you bring your creative fire? How can you turn that into a strength through your solar plexus chakra? How can you use this to help you what? To help gain strength, gain confidence, to feel your clarity, to turn it into something tangible, to turn it into something real in your life through your solar plexus. How can you bring this creative fire as it moves up through your heart? How can you bring it through and create something personal, something true that resonates with the throat as well, but something personal, something heartfelt from your heart. So to be able to do that, you'll need to know who you are, the truth of who you are and who you've become or who you're becoming, to be able to portray that as clearly as you can. Moving up into your throat, this is bringing that creative fire through your expression, your communication, your words, and your, however it is that you're creatively expressing yourself. My hands are getting hot now, so it feels also something that you're probably making or doing or creating or building, giving and receiving, something that you're doing potentially with your hands, with what you're creating or making or doing. So your throat chakra is very much about the expression of that. How can you express this creative fire in a way that translates into your life, in a way that also excites and inspires you? And then moving, so that creative fire up into your third eye chakra, this is about trusting in your creative fire and trusting in the way that you feel you need to express or bring that creative fire into life. bring it into form? How are you going to build it? How are you going to make it? How are you going to make it? How are you going to manifest it? Like you're the alchemist, bringing that creative fire into form in your life. So the third eye is very much about, how do I trust this? And what do I trust about it? How can I trust in the unfolding of this? How can I trust in the decisions that I'm making in regards to this creative fire that I'm feeling? And then channeling that through, which I'm seeing as a copper rod that comes up your body. So the copper rod is also helping keep your spine upright, help keep you connected to this creative fire that is burning quite beautifully in your sacral chakra. So this is very interesting energy. I feel this creative surge just moving all through the body here. And hands are so hot. So there must be some connection here with what you're making or creating or doing. Also this giving, receiving, helping. Helping is also connected with the hands. Helping others, helping yourself, that kind of thing. So what can you make? What can you do? What can you create with your hands? So the hand energy is very strong here. So Jane, see how you go. I trust that resonates with you. Let's see which card we need to add here at the end. Oh, thanks, Nikki. Excellent. Okay, the best card to add here for you, Jane, is, we'll go with this one from Healing Energy Cards Deck 2. And we have, the throat chakra, card 90. It says, tell the truth. So this is even tell the truth. We look at the image here, and the image is very much about the throat, and it's about saying, speaking. It's connected with this throat chakra, and the throat chakra is key in being able to express this energy. So if you are feeling a creative surge, say deep down here in your body, your throat chakra is very much the space where we find an expression for that. So it might start with some thinking, some thoughts that we're thinking about, and then it might turn into writing, where we write down a bit of a plan or some of those ideas. Then we might talk about it or share it, or do a practice run if we're building something. This all comes out through the throat chakras. This is very much highlighting the throat. It says here, be honest and clear. Speak up, use your voice, speak for yourself, no excuses, sing, throat chakra, let it out, and express. So this is part of getting that energy moving, especially if you're feeling this big creative surge, this inspiration, this obsession probably it may have turned into. If you're feeling that, then the best thing to do is trying to get it out. I remember when I first met my twin flame, and I felt so much love. I literally thought I was going to have a heart attack. I've not felt so much love in my heart at all, ever. So I had so much love that was just building up in me, that I had to actually consciously, for a couple of weeks, just send this energy out. So I had to get the energy moving that I was feeling banking up and building up, and the momentum was so strong. I had to clear it out. So I had to, I remember imagining sending it down into the earth. I imagined sending it out through my words. I imagined sending it out through the things I was creating and making. Just because the energy was continuing to build, the momentum was growing, but it wasn't going anywhere. So it felt like I was going to explode if I didn't do something about it. And it's just kind of a similar feeling here that I'm having for you, Jane. So expression and moving that energy is a way to keep it continuing. It keeps feeding it as well, but it feeds it and allows it out. It feeds it and allows it to flow and manifest in our life, rather than feeding it and then it just builds and builds and builds like a balloon that's about to burst. So working and utilizing that energy, working with it and utilizing it, can be really helpful, especially in being able to make the most of that feeling that you might be having. So I trust this resonates, Jane. Thank you so much for your support, and namaste to you. Okay, that's that. Thanks so much for connecting. Almost right on the hour. How interesting is that? I'll be back again tomorrow for our healing list event. So about the same time, same place. I might see you then. If not, hopefully I'll connect with you soon. Have a fantastic rest of your day, And let me know if you've got any questions. You can reach out through my website at templeofbalance.com.au, or you could leave a comment or send me a private message on, can you send private messages on YouTube? I don't know, actually. Anyway, you can reach out, I'm sure, if you need to. So take care of yourself. Thank you so much for being here, and have a great rest of your day. Goodbye for now.